The Niagara-on-the-Lake Museum has begun a campaign to raise $5 million for an expansion and renovation project that will include a new two-story, 6,200 square foot building. Managing Director and Curator Sarah Kaufman joins us. And Sarah, right now the museum is really kind of bursting at the seams, isn't it?
It really is. We've been collecting since 1895 and we haven't really expanded very much on our current footprint. So with a massive collection of about 53,000 pieces, we are bursting at the seams for collections, but also in terms of staff space and programming space, we're really lacking. So we think this project will really set us on the right path.
With museums, and I know I've been in a number of different museums, and behind the scenes, there's always a bigger collection of artifacts that aren't on display than are on display. And you would like to be able to bring a lot of them up.
Definitely. We have, I think they usually say about a third of the collection gets put out on display for visitors to see. And I would say that's probably quite accurate with our collection. There are things that we have in our storage that people wouldn't believe we have, such as the Laura Secord collection. We have a number of pieces directly from her and her family. We have some Vimy Ridge pieces that were captured from the Germans during that time. And that's just a small sample of what we had. I mean, our War of 1812 collection is probably one of the biggest in the province, and a lot of that unfortunately is stored behind because we don't have enough space to show it all off.
Can you take us through the plans for this new building? What exactly are you looking at doing here?
Yeah, sure. So the major push for it really is accessibility, and it's accessibility in terms of physical accessibility so that nobody has to feel that they have a barrier to learning about our local history. You know, Niagara-on-Lake's history is very significant provincially and federally. And then it's accessibility to the history that's here through revamped exhibitions, through a new research space where people can come in and explore the collection, research through the files, which we get about, you know, an average of 200 research requests a year, and that's quite large for a small museum. And it's access in terms of programming. So we don't have a programming space right now, which a lot of museums do. You know, you get your March break programs, your PD Day programs. We're not able to do those things because we don't have enough space. And so we want to create access to heritage by creating more kids camps and PD Day programs, but also expanding our Indigenous programming and looking at more seniors programming as well, so that we have the appropriate space for everyone to come into the museum and learn more about our history and have access to it that way as well.
This campaign, when did it kick off? And I know your goal is $5 million. What's the timeline on that?
Yeah, so we kicked it off, the campaign before COVID, just before COVID. So we were a little disappointed when everything happened and we had to kind of shut everything down. So we've revamped a little bit after COVID, started really kicking into gear really strongly to this past fall with Sean Simpson coming on as our chair. We were very excited about that. The project itself is shovel ready. We're ready to hit the ground running. We've got all of our permits in place. We just need to fundraise to get the funding to go through with the project.
Is there some government support involved in this as well?
There is support in terms of they're interested in the project. They just want to see our community fundraised portion a little bit higher. So we have to apply and with a higher portion from the community, and that's why you're seeing our community campaign kind of drive up a bit more so we can get more support from individuals and businesses, and then we can go back to the government and say, yes, we're there and we're ready. But they're definitely interested because they're interested in our accessibility of the space itself, but also the programming and ability that we can, the conversations we can have in the exhibitions and programs.
Besides this new construction, there's also some renovations to the existing building.
Definitely. We have heritage buildings, which, you know, it's a big push from our organization to encourage adaptive reuse in Niagara. And we really do believe that is a green option. And we are looking to use our current heritage buildings to you know, improve the exhibition space, improve collection space, improve staffing space as well. So we're renovating, we're improving our HVAC systems as well, using heat pumps are very popular thing right now in the conversation of energy efficiency, and so we're looking to do that as well at the museum so that we can still be on our site and we can still use our heritage buildings. We just need to upgrade them a little bit and then expand off the back so we have more space to do what we want to do.
NOTLmuseum.ca to donate and to find out more information. Sarah, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.